Hosting your first esthetician training or any type of training can feel super exciting, but also a little intimidating if you don't know where to start. I just wrapped up my Master Your Solo Practice series, and in this video, I'm sharing 5 things I learned from hosting my own esthetician training. From planning and preparation to creating an experience your students will never forget. Whether you're thinking about doing your first class next year or you're just curious what goes into it, I'll walk you through exactly what worked, what I do differently, and how you can host one that truly stands out. So grab your pen and paper and let's get into it. Before you do anything, get crystal clear on what kind of training you want to offer. Ask yourself, what is my focus and what result do I want my students to walk away with? For me, I built this series around helping solo estheticians grow in confidence, from social media and business to hands-on advanced treatments. Another thing to think about is, what level is this class for? Are you teaching beginners who are fresh out of school or more advanced estheticians looking to refine specific skills? Knowing that changes everything, from how you explain techniques to how fast you move through your demos and presentations. I wanted this training to be advanced but still approachable, so I mixed in both foundational refreshers and advanced topics to keep everybody confident but still challenged. And lastly, one of the biggest questions I asked myself was, what did I wish I could have learned when I was in their shoes 7 years ago when I was first getting started? And that's what really helped me to guide my content. Once you've nailed down your topic and curriculum, make yourself a detailed timeline for the training day, hour by hour. This will help you stay organized and keeps the class flowing. So break it down into segments: lectures, demos, breaks, and hands-on time. And keep a copy of this with yourself, share it with your students, and give it to whoever it is there that's helping you that day, because that'll help you keep on track. And it's okay if you don't stick with it exactly, but at least it gives you a roadmap to follow. Let's talk preparation and setup. Find a space that feels professional, clean, and inspiring. This sets the tone for the entire experience. As you guys know though, this isn't where I started, so if you're just exploring this, it's okay to start simple. I would suggest holding a private training at your studio and still implementing some of these tips. Do what works for you, and it'll help you decide if this is something you truly want to do and grow more in the future. Next, I would suggest reaching out to your favorite brands. Partnerships can make such a big difference in elevating your training and giving your students access to quality tools or samples. Even if you don't have actual partnerships, I would still reach out, because at the end of the day, it's free exposure and marketing for them. And it made such a difference having professional grade devices and support with this training. Now, the materials. Having something visual for your students is key. I was so excited to create our rebranded manuals, and you'll want yours to look clean, on theme, and be something they can refer to later. The printing honestly took way longer than I expected. I ended up having a printing mishap, so I ended up using staples, which honestly saved me so much time. So give yourself plenty of time to make those mistakes, make drafts, review them, and finalize everything, and have a friend read it if possible. Plus, pairing the materials with the notebooks, pens, kit, and the floral setup that I made was the cutest photo op, and I wanted the space to feel valuable and content worthy. My next tip is about the experience of your training as a whole. Remember, students don't just remember what you teach, they remember how you made them feel too. Adding small, thoughtful touches by providing certificates, name tags, refreshments, lunch, music that sets the vibe, and photo moments really can make it feel extra memorable. I also suggest balancing your demos with hands-on time. Don't overload them with information, because the more they actually do, the more confident they'll leave. I only had about 1 to 2 hours of lecture time planned for each day, and I felt that was plenty. And all the other teaching was done while I was demoing and when they were working on each other. This way they could ask questions, and I also gave them feedback watching them work, and that's when the growth really happens. I also decided to host a mix and mingle, which was really special because it was time outside of the treatment room where I really got to know the students more on a personal level and got to connect with them, enjoy some good food and drinks, and make new friendships. Another thing you'll learn is no matter how much you plan, things will go differently than expected, and that's okay. I learned to pivot. A shipment was delayed, I had to find a model last minute, and we had to rearrange the setup because the projector wasn't working. So the key is to stay calm and flexible. Students will take on your energy, and if you're stressed, they'll feel it. And if you're a perfectionist like me, it can be hard to let things like this not shake you. But remember, they probably won't even notice. If they're there, they're just excited to learn from you. Also, I do suggest keeping your first training small. A smaller class lets you fine-tune your system. I also intentionally did this so I could give each student my undivided attention as much as I could. I went from teaching at my studio one-on-one, then 2 people, and now 4 people in this new space was definitely an adjustment, which leads me to my next point. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Having a second pair and even a third pair of hands makes a huge difference in keeping things running smoothly. I was so thankful I had Kristen to help me with little tasks and keeping me on schedule and taking content, and Brittany came early to help me set up. Remember, you don't have to do any of this alone. Another part that I felt made the experience so valuable was getting to use multiple professional devices from Zemitz and Lemieux throughout the training. I wanted students to actually feel what it was like to work with these tools before buying them and adding them to their own treatments and understanding the benefits, so that they could play around with these tools that maybe they hadn't ever used or had done on their own skin. Lastly, we wrapped up with the certificate presentations, which really was such a proud moment for me. Just seeing their excitement and confidence at the end really reminded me why I love teaching so much. Now the final piece, and honestly one of the most important, is your marketing. Because you can have the best training ever, but if no one knows about it, it won't fill up. Hiring a videographer for my first one was one of the best decisions I've made. It gave me so much content to repurpose later. So a huge shout out to Francis for the amazing footage you've seen throughout this video. And we've worked together several times and he always nails it. Building excitement with the behind the scenes content, sneak peeks, and student testimonials really grab people's attention. And speaking of that, ask your students ahead of time if they're comfortable being on camera and record their thoughts right after the training when the energy is still hot. And lastly, make sure you're growing your email list so you can easily reach people for future classes. So those are my biggest takeaways from hosting my first professional esthetician training. I'm already planning the next one for 2026 along with some other events. And if you want to be the first to know about the dates, comment below or join my email list. Go to www.kristenmarieco.com/4estis and enter your information so that we have you on the list. I'll also leave the link in the description for you. And if you found this video helpful, give your girl some love and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your ST bestie that maybe is wanting to do a training or wants to come with you to the next one. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you back here next week for a new one. Bye.